Okay, so you gotta hear this. A massive new leak has apparently surfaced, and it seems to peel back the curtain on what Apple is secretly planning for our living rooms. And trust me, it's ambitious. I mean, think about it, right? The Apple TV has always felt like the forgotten middle child. It's just kind of been there, living in the huge shadow of the iPhone and the Mac. It gets a little update here and there, it does its job, but it's never really been the main event. For 2 whole years, we've heard nothing. Crickets. And most of us just figured, well, I guess they don't care about it anymore. But what if that silence wasn't neglect? According to this new info, it was all part of the plan. And what we're talking about here isn't just some small update. Not at all. The leak suggests this is a complete overhaul, a total reimagining of what a little black box can do, turning it into the central brain for your entire smart home. So you might be asking, why the long wait? Well, the leak points to the first big piece of the puzzle, and apparently it had nothing to do with the hardware. It was a strategic decision to absolutely nail the brains of the operation: on-device Apple Intelligence. Yeah, pretty much everyone assumed there was some sort of hardware issue holding things up. But the reality, if this leak is true, is that the box itself has been ready to go for a while. Apple supposedly made the tough call to delay the entire launch just to make sure their new AI and a much smarter Siri would work perfectly on the biggest screen in your house. And this is where it starts to sound like something out of science fiction. Picture this. You walk into the living room and just say, "Siri, I'm ready for the movie." The on-device AI gets it. It understands the context, dims your lights, fires up your favorite streaming app, and even suggests shows you might have missed. It's not a passive box anymore, it's an active assistant. Okay, but Apple isn't just focused on making it smarter. Let's get to the second major reveal, because they're apparently packing in an absolutely insane amount of raw power. And this could change everything. You look at most streaming sticks today, and they're using pretty weak, older processors. But Apple is supposedly dropping the A19 Pro chip in this new box. You know, the same powerhouse chip from their top-of-the-line iPhones. We're not talking about a small step up here. This is a giant leap into what is essentially console-level performance. So what does a chip like that actually get you? Well, for one, it brings high-end gaming features like hardware-accelerated ray tracing. Now, in plain English, that means you could play huge, beautiful, graphically intense games, the kinds you'd normally need a PlayStation 5 for, right on your TV. Super realistic lighting, incredible reflections, the whole shebang. No big, noisy console required. But the muscle doesn't stop with the A17 Pro. The leak also talks about a custom networking chip, maybe called the N1. This thing would bring Wi-Fi 7 for buttery smooth 4K streaming and Bluetooth 6 for rock-solid connections. The real goal here? To finally kill those annoying "Siri is having trouble connecting" errors and make this the unshakable anchor for your entire smart home. And of course, with all that new horsepower under the hood, the software is reportedly getting a huge facelift too. The leak describes a brand new look inspired by the Vision Pro, with that really cool frosted glass aesthetic and translucent menus. It's all about making the whole experience feel modern and super premium. Okay, we've got next-level on-device AI. We've got a processor that can kill consoles. Now for what is without a doubt the most shocking part of this whole leak, the price tag. You'd think, right? A device that can go toe-to-toe with a dedicated gaming console and act as the brain for your whole house, it has to be at least a few $100s. I mean, that just makes sense. But this is where the story takes a wild turn. $99. Seriously, just let that sink in for a second. $99 for what is essentially a console-grade entertainment and smart home hub. That is just wild. So what does a price tag like that mean for everyone else in the market? Well, just look at this chart. For $99, you're getting specs that completely blow away competitors like Roku and Google. The source actually called it an absolute bloodbath, and yeah, you can see why. So you have to wonder, why on earth would Apple sell this thing so cheap? The strategy seems pretty obvious. The hardware itself is a Trojan horse. Make the box an absolute no-brainer purchase, get it into millions of homes, and then you've got a massive audience ready to subscribe to your services, like Apple Arcade and Apple TV+. So when you put all of these different pieces together, the insane on-device AI, the console-grade power, and that absolutely disruptive price, Apple's master plan starts to become crystal clear. This isn't just about updating a product. This is about conquering the living room. And the whole strategy really stands on 3 key pillars. You've got the AI brain to make your smart home actually feel smart. You've got the console brawn to take on high-end gaming, and you've got that disruptive price to get it into basically everyone's hands. It's a killer combination. And the foundation for this entire strategy is that classic Apple advantage, privacy. Because all that heavy AI lifting happens right there on the device, on that powerful A19 Pro chip. Your personal data and your voice commands aren't being shipped off to some server in the cloud. It's faster, it's more secure, and it's a huge selling point. When you step back and look at the big picture, this device looks like it's designed to be the one thing that finally connects the entire Apple ecosystem together inside your home. Your iPhone, your iPad, your Mac, all your smart gadgets, they all talk back to this one powerful central hub. It really is the final piece of the puzzle. So, if you combine serious gaming, truly intelligent AI, and a beautiful interface all for a price that low, you really have to ask yourself if this leak is even